Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the build of the Drift. And something I just want to point out that from myself handling this model, I really like the fact that this is so solidly glued on, and of course it doesn't have a rudder or any servo. So when I'm getting out, I just pick it up by the rudder because, you know, I'm not going to rip the rudder off because of a crap hinge. I'm not going to strip a servo. It's solid. I really like that. So what are we doing today? Well, I have consulted the list, which I've presently lost. Oh, here it is. So, new camera and CFG are the next two things on the list. Now, I have installed the Carex system in the front here. Fits very well because I had to make it slightly bigger to fit this camera that I had got in there. These really are fantastic cameras. So, as you can tell, it's installed. The little board is separate. I've still got the cable for that camera there. That just needs pushing up against there, really. Here's how I'm going to have it. But the thing is I need to work out the CFG and make sure this isn't too heavy to be in the front. But to do the CFG, I need to put the antennas in the right place. Now, I've been thinking about where to put these. For the time being, I did have the actual receiver unit in the bottom of the plane. It might still end up there, but I want the cables to come out the top, I've decided. I'm basically going to have one, I think, across here, like that, and one of them, well, actually, is that gonna flex back into the, not unless I'm very unlucky, and then this is gonna be sort of mounted like that. Is that gonna hit the propeller? If I put it there, is it better possibly being slightly lower? All of these things and more, 11. But no, we're gonna work out, perhaps if I point it where you can see it, we're gonna put that somewhat about there, because I don't think, oh, it may hit the prop. I'm going to put the wings on to help me organise this, and we'll see where we're going to put the aerials, because then that depicts where I'm going to put this, and then we can do the CFG and decide whether which camera we're going to go for. But yeah, we'll see what we're going to do in a moment. Okay, so I have sorted out the antennas. With the patent pending, I don't get my antennas in the prop system, so it's that same sort of plastic tube that I use with a bit of heat shrink so it can bend. This side's actually a little bit better. If I sort of, it's even better. This is not brilliant, but that is fine. This model, as it stands, because the battery is in it and with the wings on, weighs about 350 grams, so it does need to be registered if you can be asked. Just put it at the moment because I have the Tazia in the front, so you can see the little green light of the circuit board. So the way I've got it is I've got it, let me just slip the band off. It's a bit hard with one hand. So I've just got it like that with the camera nestled up in the front. So that's just how that's going to be. Battery is in. If I quickly just put this back together so you can see the desk for a bit, apologies. Let's just try and... Now, something that concerns me is, if you look at the bottom of this plate, ignore the aileron slipping about. That's where it says the CFG should be, but that seems massively far back, and it was very nose heavy with either camera in the front. So what I've been doing is I've been balancing it on where the servo leads are, and that balances. I'll just double check everything's in its sort of final position. So on the servo leads, it's ever so slightly tail heavy. As if we go further back, slightly more towards where that line is, it's slightly nose heavy. So it's just behind the servo leads is actually where it balances. Which, looking at the wing, as I say, it doesn't seem right to me that CFG should be halfway down the wing. I think I've got it in a better place. We'll obviously have to see on the flight. If anything, if I do put it on the recommended weight, it's nose heavy. So if anything, it shouldn't really be a problem. So that is the, let's have a look at our list. Have we got a pen? On our list here. New camera in my horrific writing. The pen does not work. There we are. New camera. Done. COG. Done. Receiver antenna. Done. Prop, failsafe, and accelerometer is left. So failsafe is something that I need to set up in the radio. So I'll be back shortly when I have all that sort of set up on the bench. Okay, so we're now looking at doing the failsafe. I've removed the propeller. I always do that with failsafes. What I've done on the radio is, because I'm using my X9, that's what I'm looking for. So if you go all the way down, you go to failsafe custom, change that to custom. You can then go across to set, and then you can set all the different channels. So all I've done is on channel 11, set it all the way over there. So now if I go over here, we go to failsafe add range on channel 11. I'm going to put it all the way over there. And what I'm going to do, just
receiver still connected.
Out of interest to see if I turn this off. That hasn't worked. Is there any way of testing?
Welcome to
Oh, no, it moved across. It did move across. It's in 11 now.
Engine disabled. Manual mode.
Now it's going back to the middle. That's fine. And then over in the, ignore the many things that it says at the beginning. If I look into failsafe, it is set to return to launch. And I have all the return to home settings configured, or Matt did it technically. It's one of these things where we can fly it, we can test it. So it's channel 11, of course, because we've got all our channels. Whoops. You best. All the channels here on the different switches, and then channel 11 failsafe. So prop, failsafe, and accelerometer calibration. We do still need to do the accelerometer calibration. Now my understanding is this is not like a quad where you just set it level and press go. What you basically have to do is under calibration, here we are. So basically what you have to do is you have to press calibrate accelerometer, and as it says, place flight control in position showed in image, then press calibrate button again, repeat for each 6 of the positions. So at the minute it's more or less sat level like it would when it is flying. So I'm going to click OK, click calibrate accelerometer again, it processes. Now something that it wasn't doing before is that's now just ticked the one box. So now if I put it upside down, having to use, if I put that now upside down and click calibrate, that's ticked. Alright, so the next one is it with on its side. I'm going to go through all of these and then just save and reboot at the bottom, just so that I can hold the model and make sure it's all nice and still and everything. So I'll be back very shortly. Okay, so I have crossed off accelerometers and failsafe because we've done them. The only thing that's left is the prop, and also putting the SD card in the CADX system. Something that was a bit weird is when I was doing this accelerometer thing, it went from step 1 to step 2, then to step 5, which is, so it went blur, 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 instead of going to that one. But then I flipped it the other way, and it went back to that one, and then did the other two. And it seems fine. What's really good is because it's set up with manual mode, or pass-through mode as it used to be called. What that means is that if this is completely set up wrong, I can just flick it into
stabilization on.
Not that.
Manual mode.
Manual mode, and then it's all mine. It just flies like a normal plane. So that's all good. That is all done. Other than putting the prop on and putting that thing in, it's all done, which means that this will be the last episode of the build series on the Drift. It's all ready to fly. I now get to go back to the shit that is the Mini Talon Pro 2, whatever it is, and I might start the soldering of the new power management module on that, and yeah, we'll take it from there. One thing that I do want to do is possibly test which way the motor works, but it's okay. I will leave that for another way. But I'll put the prop on and it'll be all done. So I thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.